Startup September is a month-long celebration dedicated to showcasing the immense potential and dynamism of the startup ecosystem. Today's session is a pivotal part of the celebration where we will unravel the incredible opportunities that await Indian entrepreneurs in the vibrant Basque region. In the next 40 minutes or so, we will delve into the unique characteristics and strengths of the Basque startup ecosystem, gaining insights that could shape the future of your entrepreneurial endeavors. We'll also discover how Bind 4.0, a groundbreaking initiative, can open doors to innovation, collaboration, and growth, connecting Indian entrepreneurs with a world of possibilities in the Basque region. So without further ado, let's get straight into the session where we will explore the entrepreneurial spirit of the Basque region and the boundless opportunities that await. Welcome to Startup September once again. I'd like to welcome our speaker of the day.
So I'm Nicolas. I work at Basque Trade and Investment. This is the Basque government office here in Mumbai, so that we can help Basque country and India to connect together. And we are welcoming any Indian company that wants to contact us or that has any doubt about the Basque country. Of course, please message us. Basically, talking about the Basque country, we are a region in northern Spain. We are a highly industrialized region due to early industrialization history, and our grid is based on service and industry. So the most important sectors inside the Basque country are energy, automobile sector, railroad, steel, all heavy industry sectors. This is due to we have very big and important multinational companies which are leaders in the sectors. Some of them do participate in the Bind 4.0 program, so you might recognize some of the names later. But most of the grid is formed by SMEs, small and medium size enterprises. So they do give service to these important multinationals. The Basque country is a highly industrialized region due to a long history of industrialization. Okay, we were one of the main regions or the first regions to industrialize in Spain. So this has led us to point in our history in which services and industry are the main sectors that are the power of our economy, with energy or automobile, railroad, steel as the main sectors that we have in. Now, as I said, we have a very, very important multinational companies with us, which participate in Bind 4.0, so you will recognize some of the names later in the presentation. So, but most of our grid is formed by the SMEs, the small and medium-sized enterprises that help or give services to these bigger companies most of the time. It's a highly internationalized grid due to these big companies, and we have a very important cluster environment. So we have up to 10 clusters that focus on different sectors that are important for us. Now, about the ecosystem in general, focused on startups. There are more than 1,000 young companies in the Basque country. 70% of them are B2B. Okay, they are focused on giving these services to big companies. And last year, they had a turnover of 350 million euros. And this, why those many companies, why are there in the Basque country? We are a very small region. You will see that later in the map. This is because we have more than 100 public and private agents involved in generating multiple initiatives. On your right side, you can see some of the logos of these public agents, mainly the Basque government, followed by ESPRI, which is the business development agency of the Basque government, and then the different provinces, okay? Each of the provinces has its own helplines, and also each one counts with innovation center itself. Now, just to finish, here you can see the map on my right side. Okay, that's our position in the whole of Spain, and accessing the Basque country is accessing to the high projected region in Europe, well connected through Bilbao, San Sebastian, and Vitoria. Those are our capital cities, and this is where I leave it. I let Marta to start speaking. I hope if you have any question about the Basque country later, please ask.
So I will be presenting the Bind 4.0 program. This program aims to connect disruptive startups all around the world with leading industry companies based in the Basque Country. So we started the first edition with 15 corporate companies, and now on the 8th edition, we have 70 corporate partners which want to develop open innovation projects with the startups that develop these disruptive solutions all around the world. So BAND is a combination of open innovation and then an acceleration program. This means that to enter the acceleration program, startups go on a selection process with their corporate partners, in which these corporate partners prioritize the startups that want to work with. And then when a commercial contract is established, then those startups take part in the acceleration program. So the startups we're looking for, as one in the comments asked, are those that work on intelligent industry, clean energy and sustainability, health and food solutions, and are less than 8 years old. So those can be startups from anywhere in the world, and startups with solutions on any of those 4 verticals. And also, these startups must have their product or service finished in a market stage, let's say. So these are some of the disruptive technologies we're looking for, some as additive manufacturing, robotics, Internet of Things, those that you can see, and many others are welcome, as long as they can answer they can give a solution to the verticals of Industry 4.0, health tech, food tech, and clean energy and sustainability. So this year we're introducing a new feature, which is the use cases. And these use cases are the partner priorities this year. So if your startup has a solution for one of those use cases, you are highly recommended to apply, because startups are, corporate clients are very interested in establishing a contract with you. So these are the 70 companies that are part of the Open Innovation Program. These are partners in automotive, railway, aerospace, also pharmaceuticals, telecommunications, food and beverage. So these are very different. So we do accept a wide range of solutions. So this was the part that Nicolas introduced. And when the startups establish this commercial contract, they will be part of the acceleration program, which gives access to the startup to business mentoring, individualized business mentoring, access to also an alumni network of 190 startups already, which have taken part throughout the 8 editions of BIND. Also, you will have plus the contract with a corporate partner, also training and development from world-class leading mentors and experts in Industry 4.0. And also, and the main benefit of the program, you will have visibility and positioning, because you are developing this contract with the corporate client, you are developing this project. So the point is that this project that you develop gives you validation and gives you positioning around the world, and especially in the Basque Country. So you will also have access to workspaces here in the Basque Country, and also connection with investors if you are looking for investment. Sure. So this works like now we are in the open call phase. Once we finish this, the 8th of September finishes the application process for startups, and then you will go into the selection process. This selection process means that you will have the chance to pitch in front of our 70 corporates that are looking for external solution to develop innovation projects within their companies in the Basque Country. This will be paid projects. As it's a commercial contract, there's no limit. So there's a minimum, which is 25,000 euros, but there's no limit since it's a commercial contract. And we, as the acceleration program, do not take any equity or fees. So the selection process runs from the end of September until the end of January 2024. Then the acceleration program will start. This acceleration program will start the 2nd of February and will finish the 4th of July. you will have this time to develop your project, or at least start developing a project that you can afterwards present on a demo day. Our demo day is an open industry event, which is held here in the Basque Country in Bilbao, and it usually has around 500 attendees, and you will be supposed to pitch your project in front of this audience, and your corporate partner will be there with you, explaining why it's a benefit working with you, why your startup is validated, and yeah. So here you will have also connection with investors that will attend the event, and also you will be presented to the press and will have press and media coverage here in the Basque Country. So, as I said, one of the benefits of taking part in the acceleration program is also the training and development that startups can get. So we will have around the program high impact workshops, which are involved with sales, with pitching. And for example, we do have some keynote speakers that are very relevant for the startup world, just as Steve Blank, who came this demo day. And also you will have workspaces and technological support, as I said, in the public places of the Basque Country, which are the big and the technological parks. Yes. And access to lab, which some ventures are part of 4.0, and we will connect you directly with them, so you can so we can focus on your growth, and you have some B2B investments. And well, to give some highlights of the past editions, we've had 280 industry projects developed between startups and corporate corporate partners. So these projects have been they've been mostly related to Industry 4.0, also to health tech and food tech, but our program started as an Industry 4.0 open innovation program, and then we started escalating to other verticals since the industry is that important in the Basque Country. And we the projects that have been developed are about Internet of Things, big data, artificial intelligence, those that you see. So some of the key performance indicators of the program, 70 partners take part in this 8th edition. We've already have 190 startups that have participated throughout the years, that have developed 2,080 projects, and that have had a turnover of 7 million euros in total. It's a bit more, it's 7.7. This has to be updated this year. And we have also been awarded by the European Commission. The Open Innovation Program has been awarded by the European Commission. So to give you some dates, now we are in the international call phase, which is this one here in the beginning, and then we'll go to the pre-selection. This pre-selection means that the Bind 4.0 team will review your applications, see if they are actually related to the industry, if they are relevant for our partners, if the startups are less than 8 years old, and then we will go to the selection of finalist startups, which means the pitching in front of partner companies. The 70 partner companies will review, will see, will get to know you. And then we go into a matching process, which means that these corporate partners will prioritize you. Some of them will choose you, and you will have the chance to negotiate directly with them. Also this year, we're introducing on the Basque Open Industry event will be held again in the Basque Country. So you will have the chance to attend here in November. Those finalist startups will be able to attend the event and have their own stand. And in their own stand, they will meet their partners. And finally, we will start the acceleration cycle and the project development with those startups that have finally and successfully established a contract with the partner. So the application deadline is the 8th of September. And if you have any other questions, you can directly ask it to my colleague, Casey, or which her email is here,
Thanks, Martha, for the brief introduction about the program. I've also
Thanks a lot.
Posted the link to apply to this program in the LinkedIn chat.
Perfect.
Now we've got an interview that was made in one of the webinars last on the 27th. I think this one happened. So this is up to you. We will be able to see a company that participated last year and also a mentor that participated also.
So first, I just want to introduce who's going to be here. Salvador Vassallo is the Sales and Business Development Manager for Enline Transmission. They develop a wide variety of products and services, like digital twin, different things for energy efficiency. I think Salvador would probably be better at explaining. Salvador, welcome. Can you briefly explain Enline solutions and sort of how they pertain to Bind 4.0 and the project you had here?
So hi, thank you very much for the presentation, and hi everyone. Just to summarize Enline and what we do, we are a software company that specializes in creating and developing digital twins for energy intensive assets. So all types of assets that use a lot of energy and that that cannot be unconnected. Let's put it like this. That's where we act on mainly, and that's where we started with transmission lines, so medium and high voltage, because nowadays a big problem, all the grid infrastructure for the energy transition. So to have a digitalized asset where we can monitor and optimize it, that's our main goal. So to address this issue of energy transition and digitalization of these types of assets. And I don't know if you want me to answer this regarding the connection with the Bind program, sorry, and our feedback. To be honest, I just think that, go ahead.
First, I'll introduce Derek, and then I'll come back to you in just a second.
Sorry,
I just wanted to make sure people are aware of your technologies and solutions. Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
So we also have joining with us Derek Kelly, who's a Bind 4.0 mentor. He's also a positioning and go-to-market specialist. He has a unique perspective because he's been a participant as a startup many editions ago, and now he's evolved in his career professionally and his experience to be a Bind 4.0 mentor. We're super happy to have him today here as well. Welcome, Derek. Can you kind of describe your role as a mentor a little bit? Just make a quick introduction, how you support startups through Bind.
Sure, thank you very much, Casey. Hi, everybody, Marian, Marta, Salvador, and everybody else that's on the call. Great to be here. Thank you very much for the invitation. So, Casey, as you said, I've been a mentor. I've been a mentor in the last 2 editions. One thing that makes life really easy for me in this process is that what Bind does really well is they do a very good pairing of mentors with startups. Okay, so I don't get into the process of which startup I should go with. That's something that Bind has done really well based on my experience in the last 2 startups. So it just means that I can focus on what I do well and help the startups in that respect. So I focus very much on positioning technology, bringing it to the marketplace. Having sort of lived that experience in multiple startups, like I really know what the companies are going through, and especially deep tech companies. I think that for better or for worse, they're overly focused on their technology, and what I sort of bring to them is a capacity to focus more on the marketplace. The technology, let's say we understand that it's good, let's focus on the marketplace and not pivot so much that we can do everything. No, it's focus specifically, how do we position on specific markets, specific problems, and then bring that solution forward. So that's what I do, bring in my experience with other, from having been at other startups, I bring that to the table.
Excellent. Thank you for mentioning that too, the matching. That's something that Marian is responsible for as well, I believe, is the matching of a mentor with a startup, trying to find someone that's appropriate for the needs of the startup as best we can. So trying to make sure we find someone that's a nice match for where they're at and where they're headed. So thanks for mentioning the strength of that aspect. Okay, so Salvador, we'll go back to you. I'm not sure if I mentioned that your corporate partner was Iberdrola. Can you tell us a little bit about the benefits you obtained from the project that you had within the framework of the Bind 4.0 project with them?
No, it was very good. First of all, it opened up a lot of doors within the Iberdrola organization, which was really good and really helpful for us. We also got the chance to meet them in person while I was in during my first time in Bilbao. So I was able to meet them and talk to them, and then we just were able to follow through on the conversations. They gave us a lot of very good insights in terms of some of our newest solutions for software that could be implemented within their scope. So to be honest, it was just very good to have such a big organization and people within that organization that are very aware of the problems that we are trying to fix, just giving some advice from within the industry. Okay,
excellent. Nice, thank you. Okay, we'll go on to Derek. What's something that maybe you can explain from your perspective? What are the main benefits of participating in a program like Bind? As we mentioned, you were a startup participant in the past, and then now you're a mentor. So if you could just share with us from the startup perspective that you had, some of the benefits that you had from the program itself.
Yeah, I guess one of the things that I like about the program, it's really built for impact. I don't mean to take away from other accelerator programs, but there really is a focus and a commitment for success for both sides of the equation. And that really comes across in the sort of the pragmatic nature of the program itself. As a startup, you're not asked to do things that are really not necessary. It's not really checkbox focused as some accelerating programs can be. It's very much geared, for impact, geared for success, and that sort of pragmatic nature for us as a company in Open Cloud Factory, it really made a lot of sense. That, as you mentioned at the start, Casey, it's about companies with a finished product, right? So we had a finished product, and we had this hypothesis that we could bring that finished product, which was more in the IT space, that we could bring it over into the operational technology space, our cybersecurity product. So having a finished product, having a clear program in which we could sort of validate this hypothesis for us was excellent. To have a customer that was interested was really, really interesting for us. And we got to a stage where we did validate that hypothesis, and we've gone on now. We're working with more industrial customers, and we've been named by Gartner in the operational technology space. So that real sort of pragmatic, focused on success, that access to big companies, and access to the region itself. There's a lot of networking that goes on, and we've built up over time, so much so that we've changed our headquarters from Madrid to the Basque country itself. So that's the impact was such that we decided to change.
That's a perfect transition for me, because I was going to ask both of you about the Basque region. For people that might not be familiar, I mean, if they're not familiar, could you explain maybe why you think it's a good region or to invest? So you've moved from Madrid to the Basque region. I love that. I love hearing that, because the program definitely has all these things around it to support immersion in this area. It's a great industry. There's a lot of connection here. So please, if you wouldn't mind both speaking to that, the Basque region, the reason why companies or startups should come and invest here with a client.
From a cybersecurity space, for us, it makes really a lot of sense, because there's a lot of innovation going on and a lot of good work that's being done in the Basque country, the Basque Cybersecurity Center. So it makes a lot of sense for cybersecurity companies. The Basque region is really setting the pace for the rest of Spain in general, and it's sort of been a focus for Europe in general. There's a lot of great work. So for a cybersecurity company, it makes a lot of sense. And just the region in general, there's a commitment and there's a continuity on that commitment that maybe doesn't take place in other regions. That there's a vision and there's a continuity in that execution, and that that gives you a lot of trust, a lot of confidence as a company. You can sort of look forward knowing that there's going to be that support and that commitment going down the line. So that for us is great. And what we found is the more that we invest in the region, the more the region invests back in us. So that would be my highlights.
Excellent, thank you. Salvador, anything you want to share about the Basque region as a place to invest as a startup? Maybe any benefits of coming over here for people that aren't familiar.
Yeah, no, just one thing that I would like to add is with all the startups that I've met and people from within the area, is that you could see there was a very industrial area, but then it found its way into innovation and how to overcome certain obstacles, because the transition of all the big industries to other areas, but the region knew how to overcome that. Bet a lot on innovation and startups and just creating a very good ecosystem within the industrial landscape. So that's something that really stood out for me.
Great, thank you. And as I mentioned earlier, I just kind of briefly covered in the presentation that this is one of many initiatives based on innovation and supporting entrepreneurs and startups in this region. They've been spending for decades a lot of money to just create a really nice ecosystem for entrepreneurship and advanced industry. So just to give a little bit of history or insight into this area here. Perfect. I just have maybe one more question. In general, the program itself, as we mentioned, has these events. We have a demo day event at the end of the acceleration cycle each July. This is an opportunity for the startups to present the results of the projects they worked on alongside the corporate partners that they worked with. So it's an opportunity for them to share. It's an opportunity to meet more potential clients in the region. We invite investors, industry insiders. Anyone in our network is invited to join. So maybe, Derek, can you speak about the demo day that you have attended? Maybe what are the benefits of an event like that? And then we'll get into questions and answers from the audience. So just if you wouldn't mind talking about demo day for a moment and your experience.
Yeah, from my experience, I think there's lots in the demo day, but for me, for a startup, a great thing about the demo day is it establishes a deadline. Okay, so in the demo day, what you want to do is you want to showcase your success. Okay, but for you to be able to showcase your success on demo day, that means that you have to have had success, right? So it's sort of, for me, it establishes a clear sort of timeline for when everything has to be clearly done, and you have to be capable to articulate it. So I really like that, having a solid, it's a sort of an end day. It's and that sort of helps you to, I'm not going to say keep honest is not the word, but keep rigorous, let's say, in making sure that the project is coming through, it's meeting its goals and its objectives. And then, to get that opportunity, once you've done that, then to get that opportunity then to showcase it to other companies that are in the region. So for me, like, a big part of it is, establishing that deadline, and then, that drives you towards success, and then gives you that opportunity to sort of sit down and, okay, let's articulate exactly what we have done, because we've got a great opportunity here to be exposed to a lot of industry, a lot of peers, investors, and also media, because it gets picked up as well on regional media as well. So it's a great opportunity to showcase that. But for you to showcase, you have to be ready and in time and form. Yeah.
No, I think that's interesting. Yeah, you mentioned the promotion and sort of visibility that we have for the program itself, which is nice, attracting attention to all the participants one more time in the program. But you're right with the deadline and sort of the terms of the program itself. We do have this end date, and that's good for the startups and the corporates. It provides this set timeline. We're going to do a project and develop it within these months. And so we've found that there's benefits on both sides to having that sort of the structure of this program and the timeline there. Very good.
All right, perfect. I think that was the perfect end to this session. I think it's always good to hear firsthand experience from the participants who have already experienced the program, and it was beautifully captured in the interviews that we just heard. Thanks a lot for your time, Martha and Nicholas, and for sharing with our viewers about the Basque region, which is definitely, which has a lot to be explored by Indian entrepreneurs especially. And I hope this session will help them, make a decision about the program. And as I mentioned earlier, the link to apply is in the comments. Feel free to explore and apply, and you can drop in your questions there, and we'd be happy to get them answered for you. With that, I'd like to thank all our guests and viewers for sticking with the session, and I'll see you in the next one. We'll see you all in the Startup Hour with the next set of speakers. Thanks a lot, folks.